one thing that I love to do at the booth is just daydream, right? And I don't know if girls do this, but from classrooms when you're in church, I do this at the booth all the time. It's, from ninjas to, SWAT teams. And one of my particular favorite daydreams at the booth is kind of reliving the Matrix. And one of my favorite things about the Matrix, and one of the most famous scenes, right, is that Morpheus is captured by Agent Smith and his little Agent Smith posse, those bastards. And this super sucks because everyone loves Morpheus, and Morpheus can't die. If Morpheus dies, it's just gonna be a really sad movie. And Neo doesn't want it to be a sad movie. So Neo has been conflicted with who he is and who he is becoming, and through this whole coming of age / self-actualization story, he's put in the time, the effort, the energy, and it comes to this point where he has to face Agent Smith. And they're on the rooftop, and it's coming down to, can he beat almost an impossible person? And right, what does Agent Smith use? They use guns, and they shoot people, and if you get shot in the Matrix, what happens? You're done. You're done, son. So Neo's I gotta save my boy Morpheus. And so what happens is Agent Smith raises the gun and he shoots. I can't make really fun gangster noises, so I'll make my kid noises. And what does Neo do? What's the famous move, right? And and all these bullets, they're just flying right by him, and he even gets grazed by one. And so I just think about this at the booth all the time. I don't even know how I saw the booth. I'm just busy in these daydreams. And the reason why I talk about Neo dodging these bullets is because sometimes I think of customers as bullets. And where I'm going with this is that it's really important to understand who to work with, but it's also really important to identify the people that you're not supposed to work with. And so all day long when I'm working with customers is that I want to be able to help teach you how to connect with customers and quickly identify who you're supposed to spend your time with that's able to help you achieve success at a faster rate. Is this my clicker? What does this say? I can't see. Can you guys relate to this? So, yes, it is blank currently. Soon it will have words. Let's talk about what happens when you don't focus on the right customers, right? When you don't focus on the right customers, have you ever felt or have you ever seen anyone on your team feel I have my notes right here. This should make it easy because I can't see that. They're tired. They're exhausted. You know what, man? It stinks working a week-long event or a month-long fair, and after the end of it, you were just dog-tired. But guess what's even worse? Is at the end of a 3-day weekend or at the end of just a single shift, just being exhausted. Can you relate to or have seen anyone at the booth just allow negative emotion to take over, or that they just become overly sarcastic or short with customers, that they end up wasting unfortunate time working with all the wrong people and still hoping, praying that maybe someone will just be back. I hope they'll buy that. The one thing that didn't make the slide is have you ever been at a show and you're just God, I need a drink. It's not even noon. This sucks, man. So what this really boils down to is efficiently engaging the right customers and then Cutco Neo dodging / I don't know, maybe you could get some whatever. So yeah, Just basically dodging the wrong customers is what it really comes down to. So what I have here is ultimately my goal is to teach you guys how to sell more by working with the right customers quickly and efficiently while better managing your time, your energy, and your emotions. You know, I've been really pressured over the last couple of years just by developing with my family lifestyle to be challenged to grow more efficiently in my business. And basically what I'm going to teach you is I'm going to give you the tools and the resources, and it looks like they already hand out the worksheet because like half you guys are already staring at this magnificent looking piece of artwork. Which, by the way, even if my message blows, you'll have this, and this is hopefully what you remember my message by. And hopefully you love this. And there's people in this room that have memorized the scripts. But guess what? Sometimes you memorize all these scripts, and we've never been taught on how to transition from hello to the right script, right? And for those of the people in this room that feel comfortable and go like, oh, like, yeah, I understand this process. If you already understand this process, I challenge you to use this to help your team because I know that this has been a problem on our team. But using this effective resource that I've been able to develop here, I was able to last year sell over $140,000 of CPO at events, at the booth on booth days in 37 booth days. 145,000 CPO in 37 booth days. And that's awesome, man. Like, that's huge in my mind for being able to be effective. And hopefully by working with the right people, you guys are going to be able to also sell an average of $3,000 to $6,000 or more in a day by effectively working with the right people. The truth is at the end of a day, I would rather only work with like 5 people that are happy and excited to listen to me and who are interested in our product and have 3, 4, maybe 5 like orders, then work with 30 or 45 people and only close like 7, 8, 9 orders, right? Maybe that person might even sell more CPO, but really, if you think about it, like how efficient is that? How effective is that? At the end of a day, at the end of a 3-day event, at the end of a week-long event, at the end of a month-long event, or something that might even last longer, who's going to have more energy? Who's going to be happier? Who's going to be more emotionally stable? It's going to be the person that works the most efficiently with the customers. So what am I going to talk about? I'm going to walk you guys through the process that we use to design this. That's going to be very quick and easy, just so because some people want to know how this works. And I'm going to walk through the process so that some of you guys can use some of your creative freedom and maybe even make this process better. Or maybe so that some of you guys can even utilize this process and utilize it towards other parts of the company or the other parts of your business. We're going to answer the question, and you'll just have to wait to see what the question is, but it's a very important question that you always have to ask yourself when someone comes up to the booth. And then lastly, we're just going to take a quick gander at this beautiful worksheet that I paid someone to make for me, but is hopefully going to help you and your teams for a very long time. So the first thing I want to talk about is the process. What does this look like? So effectively, we just want to make sure that we are engaging the customer, we are qualifying the customer, we are piquing interest, we are gaining permission, and properly transitioning into the appropriate script. Now, this really isn't that hard, but each one of these things is important, and if you really miss any one of these important details, you are essentially not setting yourself up for success. Engaging. You need to be able to ask the appropriate questions to lead into your conversation with the customer. Qualifying. It's great, we have wonderful scripts, but it doesn't make sense to be working with people that are either 1, not really interested, or 2, can't even get anything if they wanted to, right? Piquing interest, making sure you're keeping their attention, gaining permission, maintaining that attention, and then appropriately transitioning into these amazing scripts that amazing people in our company have spent countless hours at a booth mastering. So there's a really important question. I really want you guys to consider this. When someone comes up to your booth, there's like one important question. I advise you to write down this as a note and to think about it anytime someone comes up to the booth. Why the hell are you at my booth? What are you doing here? What is it? Why are you here, right? Now, this isn't the question you ask them, but you need to have this answered for yourself as soon as possible, because some events that you guys are working, there is CPO walking by, and you're just magnetized to these people that they're not there to buy. They're not there because they're interested. They're not there because they have money, right? But who do we want to work with? We want to work with the people that are happy and excited and like want to benefit from Cutco. Because here's the deal. There's going to be that freaking lady who might be on her last breath in front of you telling you about how her great-grandma bought Cutco back when the Dead Sea was only sick. I'm sorry, but that's not our ultimate upgrade clientele right there. She's not really worried about forever, right? You've got your people who, there's just that husband who the wife took the leash off of him that morning, and he's bored out of his mind, and now you've got sharp, pointy objects that are mesmerizing, right? And that's another thing. Sometimes people just come over because, heck, there's some shiny, sharp, pointy objects that they might be attracted to. Or they might even just be at the booth because of our attractive workforce manning those booths, right? Oh. That was a preconceived, terrible joke ending. All right. Now, am I going to get this for the rest of my talk? So, they might be lost, and they just might need help finding the bathroom or the booth that they came to the event for, the Hammerstall booth, right? And you just need help finding it. So the reality is that there are a lot of people that come up to the booth that I don't want to say are not worth our time. Smile, be happy, make them feel good. But at the end of the day, just remember that you have limited amounts of time, you have limited amounts of energy, and you have limited amounts of emotion, and that you need to be directing those towards the right people and stop wasting those with the wrong people. Stop taking half-court shots and start taking layups. Because the reality is that there's going to be some amazing info that you learned tonight and this week that you're going to be able to utilize. How to book events appropriately, how to, where to put them in the event places, how to close orders. Guess what? You could have the best event in your area. You could have the best booth space. Your booth could be as beautiful as ever. You could even have your scripts memorized. But guess what? If you don't know how to properly engage and identify the right people from the wrong people, you're still wasting time. Am I right? Cool. So, the truth is that the best salespeople ask the best questions. And to take it to the next level, the best salespeople ask the best questions at the best time. So what I'd like to do is just kind of go through a little bit of this worksheet with you guys. And the best part is that hopefully this worksheet makes it incredibly easy for you to follow. I just want to note and let you guys know, this is not the only way to do this. There are other people with different scripts. There are different people with different personalities, different styles. But what I will tell you is that this works. This is a tool and a system that we've been using in the Rising Sun division for the last couple years. This is what I teach my mentees for the last several years. This is something I've been working with the Texoma team and the State Fair of Texas team for the last couple of years. And I'd like to think that a lot of my success, both personally and that I teach to a lot of other people, is simply by teaching people how to set themselves up for success and to Cutco Neo all the unqualifieds. So What I want you to look at here is with this worksheet is that this is going to teach you how to properly engage a customer, and with a series of strategically placed questions, teach you how to work with a customer through if they're familiar with Cutco or not. Do they have it or not? Are they interested or not? Are they able to buy it even if they wanted to? And eventually kick you out to exactly whichever script is exactly necessary, knowing full well that by the time you get into that script, that you are working with the right person and not wasting your time with the wrong person. I want to just kind of make a couple quick notes here. A really great example is the very top question. Are you familiar with Cutco knives? It's so simple, and if you're asking any other main question to introduce or to connect with a customer, you're really missing out on the opportunity to gain some very valuable information. Later on the green side, in the big square on the left side, awesome. Hey, just so you know, we have a bunch of new products available from the last 2 years that you probably haven't even seen yet. And because we're sponsoring the event, hey, because it's our 6th year here, whatever, give them a reason, we're actually doing deals up to 20 to 35, 20 to 40% off. And if you want, I can give you a quick update just of what's new and some of the discounts for you. Guys, this is such a powerful statement because really what you're doing with these questions on this page is that you're actually piquing interest and piquing interest and gaining permission all in one question. So effectively, that this script right here is going to help you be as efficient as possible. You know, who here hates the, hey, are you familiar with knives? Like, oh, yeah, I think I've heard of Cutco. Okay, could you maybe use some good knives? What do they say? They're like, I'm always looking for good knives. What the hell does that even mean? Like, great, give me your credit card because you want knives and I know a guy. Like, come on, let's make this happen, right? And unfortunately, a lot of those people are not always necessarily the best clients, but that doesn't mean they're not going to buy. But what's really cool is that parts of this script will actually teach you how to deal with that. Right on the right-hand side, on the second row down in the middle, right? If they say maybe, or also if they are, quote-unquote, not looking the part, right? Maybe just because they might be missing a few teeth doesn't mean they don't eat, right? Doesn't mean they don't cook. But they also might not necessarily be someone that we would expect to be our top clientele. We just want to make sure with super valuable questions. Hey, if you saw something that you really loved, would you be able to budget like $100 to like $250 today if you wanted to? Guys, such a powerful question, and it's such a great time. And by the way, if they go, yeah, then you go, awesome, this is a serrated knife, right? And you go right into the script. It's perfect. And guess what? You can go into it confidently knowing that you're setting yourself up for success. There is one thing that didn't make it into this script, and I'd just like to throw this in there. The second large blue square on the bottom, second large blue square on the right-hand side. Is it okay if I show you why we're the world's sharpest knives? Right before I promise, I just want you to insert or make a quick note. It's really quick. It's really quick. Hey, is it okay if I show you why we're the world's sharpest knives? It's really quick. And I promise you'll still have all your fingers at the end. It's just very simple, and you're gaining permission to keep their attention for the entire demo. So guys, I encourage you to role play this script, master this script. It's going to be like turning the lights on. It's going to be like removing the blindfold. It's going to be, I don't know what you said, but it's going to be like instead of taking half-court shots, taking a bunch of layups. Stop working with the wrong people, start working with the right people, and sell an ish load more of Cutco.